there, great family here from Blues Guitar Unleashed, and in today's video I have a really cool double stop idea that uses a little bit from box 5. I know, hardly we ever use box 5. And I'm also going to borrow a note, and I'm going to borrow a note for a very specific reason. I'm going to borrow it from the major blues sound. However, it's not the major third, so therefore this lick still works over all of the chords, and particularly well over the 4 chord. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to start up here. So now, you know probably box 1. If I put my third finger there, box 5 becomes 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Maybe you've played that box of the scale before, maybe you have not. If you have not, I suggest that you play this through quite a few times and get your fingers comfortable with it. 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. It's still G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A. It's the same notes, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C. Okay? But we're going to start with the E at the 5th fret of the 2nd string and the 3rd fret at the 1st fret of the 1st string. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm not saying the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and So I'm playing that 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm going to slide up to the 5th fret, okay, which obviously is still in the A minor pentatonic scale, but I'm going to slide this up here, which gives me an F sharp at the 7th fret of the 2nd string, and you might think, well, that's not in the A minor pentatonic scale. And you are correct, it is not. It comes from the A major blues scale. However, it is a note that will not offend over any of the chords. It'll be fine over the A chord, it'll be fine over the D7 chord, it'll be fine over the E7 chord. Okay, so it's a note you can add at any time, and it gives a really cool sound. What's especially hip about it is the 3rd and the 5th of the D7 chord. So it's always going to sound a little extra cool over the 4 chord. But we're going to play it on beats 4 and then we're going to go back to 3 and 5 on beat 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and now I'm going to play the blue note, the 4th fret, the E flat on the 2nd string, then the E, and then the G. So 2 and 4, 5, 3. And I'm going to jump down to the C at the 3rd string, 5th fret, and that's how I'm going to end the lick. So 2 and 3 and 4. And of course, you could go someplace else from there, but that makes a good place. So from the top, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and Now if you were playing again over slow blues, you could still use this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. Also at a shuffle pace. 1, 2, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 2. And it works just fine. Okay, so any sort of triplet-based thing, but this is designed, I play it over a shuffle. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and Okay, so this is probably a sound that you're not really used to. I would say most people are going to play this and think that's a little odd. I do want to show you something that's kind of interesting. A lot of us play in between box 1 and 2. We play these 2 notes, which is the 9th fret on the 3rd string and the 8th fret on the 2nd. And they're kind of, that's a shared note between boxes 1 and 2, and this is a note in box 2. And we play this kind of thing a lot. Well, this is the same pair of notes. It's just in a different place. And that's one of the particularly cool things when you start to see, hey, I can actually make these sounds that I'm used to, like these sounds that I often play in box 1 or box 2 or whatever, I can play them in box 5 or I can play them in box 4. I can get those sounds, those bends, those other things in those other boxes. And then if you find yourself in those other boxes and you're a little bit lost or maybe confused, if you have some of those licks to draw from and you remember, oh yeah, I can make those sounds here, that's a good thing, because now you're a lot lost. You're not always running back to box 1, particularly in like the key of E or F sharp, where maybe you want to play in that part of the fretboard. You don't have a box 1 there. You're either way down here or you're way up here. Okay, so it's really nice to have control over those middle boxes, the flyover boxes as I like to call them, boxes 3, 4, and 5. So I hope you'll take the time to mess around with this lick. I do have a course called 50 Shuffle Blues Licks by the Box. You might want to check that out if you like this kind of thing. If you want to have licks in box 3 and box 4 and box 5, you might get something out of that. I'll try and remember to leave a link near this video. But as always, I'm Griff Hamlin from Blues Guitar Unleashed. If you have guitar playing friends that you think would dig this video, I hope you will share it with them. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.